Hello everyone, Blue Sicx again, doing another weekly forecast. This forecast is going to be for the 10th till the 16th of September. Now, just shuffling my cards. Quick update. I now have launched bluesixtarot.co.uk, which will have all my YouTube videos and blog posts, and I'll maybe put together like a Q&A post on there as well. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well. The logo's at the bottom there. Right, so today I shall be using the Tarot of Ramses. Ramses the Great. There you go. Also, fun little fact about Ramses, Ramses II or Ramses the Great, is also believed to be the pharaoh who Moses was fleeing from. So nice bit of biblical history there. Just thought I'd throw that in. Right, so we'll do Monday to Tuesday, and we have the Seven of Swords. Now this one looks quite interesting actually, because you've got once again the traditional as a man carrying about 5 swords and leaving 2 behind, but this one looks similar to the Six of Swords because you've got 2 people on a boat, but you've got the man there very unhappy, miserable, full of sorrow. So I'd say this. So the beginning of the week seems to be some kind of others around seem to be doing well. You kind of do like you're comparing yourself to other people. You're seeing people you're seeing where other people are, and you're looking at where you are, and you feel that you're not necessarily where you should be. You're a lot lower down than you should be, and that's obviously like a more of a self-esteem thing. Sorry, the neighbours are banging next door. Yeah, so it has a feeling of comparing yourself to others, but not in a favourable light. So you're looking up at you're looking at everyone else, but you feel that you're looking up at them rather than on their level. So Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the King of Cups. That's interesting. So this body looks like a priest, from the an Egyptian priest. Unfortunately, my knowledge of Egyptian gods is still a bit sketchy, so I'm not quite sure who that is in the background there. Might be Osiris. I'm not quite sure. But as you can see, the king in this regard is holding 2 chalices up to the heavens. So we've got fire in that corner there as well. So that feels like it's your middle of the week would be kind of giving yourself over to fate, kind of letting the world decide what happens. Because you're not necessarily doing it yourself. You're just kind of you're kind of giving yourself over to fate and kind of letting yourself surrender to it and allowing destiny to carry on for you. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, but we'll come back to that in a moment. So Friday and the weekend, you've got the 5 of coins. I always think these ones quite interesting because in this they're not actually coins, they're like small lumps of gold rather than actual discs. So that's quite an interesting thing. So with that, it feels like it's. So you've got someone. You've got someone who looks very unwell, and I should have a quick look at that myself actually. Kind of allowing yourself to. Not really allowing yourself. It's quite tricky on this one. It's quite an interesting picture there, though. It feels that, as I said, you're coming back to this one. Actually, you're allowing kind of fate to decide what goes on, and the weekend feels that you're still having to rely, that you're being reliant on others, because now you're in a situation where you have to keep asking for help. So I feel that this kind of like a warn for the week. It feels like it's a warning of try and get this stuff done yourself, because if you just let things happen, they can get worse. So this indicates that if you just let things happen, they'll just get worse for you. And so it feels that. So this one feels like it's saying, if this goes on, it's not going to get better. Whatever's going on here, it's not going to get better on its own. So this feels less like a forecast and more like a message on how to deal with your week, rather than what's going to happen in it. So the start of the week isn't a positive start. It's more of it's like a self-esteem issue. You're looking at where you are compared to where other people are, and you feel that you're not as good as you could be, and you'd feel like you'd be surrendering to and you'd feel like, I can't deal with this, just let's see what goes on, let's just see what happens. But that will just make things worse. So it's less of a forecast and more of a reminder of sometimes this week, you basically, whatever you're struggling with, you have to deal with it, because it won't get better if nothing happens. If you get stung by a bee, you've got to remove the sting. You can't just leave it there. So unfortunately, not a positive forecast, but I think it's more of a warning. Just try and do things and try and achieve, because if you just leave things as they are and just let fate take over, that could just make things worse. So it's telling me that there's a situation going on in which you have the power and capacity to sort it. Don't leave it to chance. Don't leave it to fate and destiny. Stand up and get your hands dirty, because you need to do this. It's something you have to do yourself. You can't just rely on other people. So once again, I'm sorry that it's not a positive reading, but unfortunately, not everyone can be. So once again, don't forget to. It feels a bit weird, but just to kind of promote this now. But once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Once again, also check out my new website, Sicx Tarot, and also don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sicx Tarot. And also, as a nice quick promotional plug whilst I'm here, if you like talking about comic book films and like talking about people, and you like listening to people talk about comic book films, look up The Good, the Bad, and the Logan X on wherever you get your podcast feeds. And I'm on the most recent 2 episodes talking about various Batman animated films. I'm not going to tell you which ones. You've got to give it a go and listen, but give that a listen as well. So once again, like, share, and subscribe, and also check out bluesixtarot.co.uk, and also follow me on Twitter at Sicx Tarot. See you later.